Greetings! We have some stuff to talk about. Let me bring those close. That's better. Alright, today's video is going to be a bit different. We are going to be ranking something. It's pretty tough. Today we are going to be ranking every single Transformers movie. From the 1986 The Transformers the movie to the absolute peak of Transformers cinema, Transformers 1. So I'm going to start off with, I'm going to have each of the movies on my TV here. So starting off with the 1986 The Transformers the movie. So this takes place in between season 2 and season 3 of the original show. I say this is an absolute 10 out of 10. We are introduced to Hot Rod, who eventually becomes the new leader of the Autobots, Rodimus Prime. We are introduced to the big bad of like the entire Transformers universe, which, you know, he dies though. Unicron, which is this just massive Transformer who doesn't even turn into like a car, like a plane. Nah, bro, this guy turns into a planet. And then, you know, we have the unfortunate death of Optimus Prime, which, you know, Optimus Prime, you know, I just want to say this too. Optimus Prime, like, no matter what, he is, like, the greatest leader in all of cinema. Like Captain America, I think Superman's the leader of the Justice League. They don't pale in comparison to Optimus Prime, bro. Like, I can't think of any other guy who, even if he was on the verge of death, he could say some, like, philosopher, like, type crap, like, hang on to your dreams, Chip. The future is built on dreams. Like, bro, there's no one like Optimus Prime. Megatron, he dies. And he turns into Galvatron, which, he is Galvatron for the rest of the show after that. I like Autobot City. Like, that is awesome. Although it does kind of get destroyed. The Dinobots, obviously, they're awesome. Me, Grimlock. Ultra Magnus. When I found out that Robert Stack played him, Robert Stack, he is the host of this very old show called Unsolved Mysteries. And, you know, I used to, whenever my mom was watching it, I would always get so scared by, like, the theme music. And then when I found out that it was Robert Stack, when I found out that also Robert Stack was the guy who hosted it, I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm pretty sure Spike says a swear word in this. I'm pretty sure he says the S word. I couldn't find the clip. But yeah, overall, I'd give this movie a 10 out of 10. I also gotta say, this has an amazing soundtrack. This is not the version from the movie, lol, bro. Next up is Transformers 2007. The beginning of the Michael Bay Transformers movies. This introduces us to Sam Witwicky, played by Shia LaBeouf. Michaela Baines, played by Megan Fox. Prime Megan Fox, by the way. So let's see. Bumblebee, he's already on Earth by this time. He becomes Sam's car and his guardian. Eventually, the other Autobots come. Optimus, obviously. Jazz. Ironhide. And Ratchet. So, also, the Allspark is a massive part in this. It's like a battle. Who gonna get the Allspark? Autobots or Decepticons? When Megatron gets out of the ice, he immediately starts attacking, which leads into the final battle. Jazz dies. Rest in peace, my boy. And then we get the absolute peak battle. The first fight in this, in the Michael Bay movies of Megatron versus Optimus Prime. Sam ends up killing Megatron with the Allspark. I'm gonna give this movie 10 out of 10. Next up is Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. This movie came out in 2009. Sam is now graduated from high school. He's going to college. He and Michaela are happily together at this point already. And then the main story of this is the Matrix of Leadership is the artifact. So, the Fallen, who used to be Megatronus Prime, he betrayed the other Primes. See, back in the day, like, I'm talking like maybe billions of years ago, the Primes had one rule: never harm a planet with life. And what did the Fallen do? He did that. So, now present day with Sam, he touches a shard of the Allspark that got caught on his clothes from the first movie. And he starts getting these flashes. He can now see Autobot language and symbols. So, Optimus dies in this movie. He comes back though. Good. They have help from this Decepticon turned Autobot named Jetfire. Which, this guy is like unk, bro. Like, good lord. And then, Devastator. The Constructicons. You know, he looks like a massive, like, gorilla more than a human. I mean, obviously, they're not humans. I mean, they're autonomous robotic organisms from the planet Cybertron. Obviously, they don't look like humans. But, like, I'm talking, like, human proportions, like, in G1. This thing looks like an ape, bro. Oh yeah, I didn't mention this in 2007, but this also introduces us to, well, we have the amazing soundtrack by Linkin Park. Well, one song. First one is What I've Done. The one you're hearing right now is New Divide. I'm gonna give this movie 8.5 out of 10. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, because of Alice. She's this Decepticon pretender who transforms into a human, and she's very good looking. Now, Transformers Dark of the Moon. This came out the year I was born, in 2011. And I actually watched it for one of my birthdays. I remember I was in elementary school. I don't know which grade it was, or how old I was turning. But yeah. So this movie, Sam, he finished. I'm pretty sure he finished like a certain amount of years in college. Michaela's no longer in the picture. Which, in the movie universe, I'm assuming they broke up. In reality, it was due to some behind-the-scenes stuff with her and Michael Bay. I already forgot the name of this Linkin Park song, bro. I'll say it in the description. But yeah, this movie is 10 out of 10 already, bro. We are introduced to Shockwave. I call him Cyclops. Soundwave. I'll just call him Radiohead. Megatron, he officially dies in this movie. We are also introduced to Sentinel Prime, which is voiced by the great legend, the late Leonard Nimoy. He played Dr. Spock. Mr. Spock. He played Mr. Spock in Star Trek, and he's an absolute legend. Live long and prosper, all my Star Trek fans out there. Star Trek in school? Wowie zowie. Let's see. This is basically the turning point of the Michael Bay Transformers movies. This was also supposed to be the last, which, look, I kind of wish it was. I mean, this is a great end. If it was just these three movies, it would be a great end. I said the same thing about Triangle vs. Monkey, which, if you haven't seen my video about how I met my best friend Aiden, I mentioned it, and I'll shout Blunt Bros out again. I said that if you look at how season 3 ended, then it's amazing. I mean, I absolutely adore season 4. But still. So yeah, this movie's 10 out of 10. Yeah, it's basically like an all-out war. Like, imagine a war for Cybertron, but it's on Earth. Yeah, 10 out of 10, no notes. Now, Transformers: Age of Extinction. Now, as I said, Dark of the Moon was the turning point. After this, people say that Transformers movies were kind of buns. I don't really agree. I mean, this movie, Transformers: Age of Extinction, in my opinion, is amazing. The only complaint I have about it is that it feels so much longer than it is. This movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes, which, that's already a long shot, bro. That's almost 3 hours. But this movie, I'm telling you, bro, every time I watch this movie, I end up falling asleep. I end up falling asleep every single time, even before, the first major battle. Even before they get to, KSI headquarters in Chicago. Which, I already know, the people were not happy to see them in Chicago, bro. Because that's where the final battle of Dark of the Moon happened, and, as I said, it's the turning point. Chicago. Imagine Chicago, I mean, obviously this is worse, but a way I can, at least kind of describe it is, Chicago after the season finale of season 1 of Invincible. Just a lot less destroyed. I mean, the amount of people that died from this fight and then the fight in Invincible is a very far difference. I mean, the amount of people that died in the Chicago fight in Invincible is astronomical, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so this movie, we are introduced to Lockdown, which, he dies, obviously. But Megatron also comes back. But he's not Megatron, he's Galvatron now. Yeah, so we are also introduced to KSI, who they're trying to make their own Transformers. Oh wait, I forgot to say this in Transformers: Dark of the Moon. Sentinel Prime betrays them. He works with the Decepticons. But anyways, yeah. So in this movie, the Autobots are at their lowest. It's the way I can describe it is like the ending of Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, which, if you guys want me to rank every Star Wars movie, I would be down for that. I love Star Wars. Not the sequel trilogy. But, yeah. It's basically that. They are at their lowest at the beginning of the movie. Like, Optimus Prime, like, the second he wakes up, he almost kills Cade. Cade Yeager, the new lead of the Michael Bay Transformers movies, replacing Sam. He is played by the legendary Mark Wahlberg, or Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. The only other role I know Mark Wahlberg in is the 2001 Transformers of the Apes, Planet of the Apes. Oh my gosh, which I would also be down to wear Planet of the Apes. I love Planet of the Apes, bro. But anyways, yeah, this movie 9.5 out of 10. The only reason why I say that is because of how long it is, bro, and how long it feels. Now, Transformers: The Last Night. So this one, oh yeah, I looked it up. I'm like, I don't know how correct this is, but apparently this song, Torches by Ex-Ambassadors, is the main song for it. So this one, I'll admit, it's not as good. We're introduced to Quintessa, which is like I'm like 100%, I'm like 99.9% sure, maybe 100% sure that it's a reference to the Quintessence. So this one, it is, if I'm being honest, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. You know, it's not, in my opinion, it's not as bad as people say. I love Dragonstorm, which is these 12 legendary knights who combine into one massive dragon. I'm pretty sure they got the idea of Unicron being Earth from Transformers Prime, which, awesome show. Let's see. Grimlock's like the only main Dinobot we see. I think something happened to the others. Well, Scorn and Strafe. What's his name in this movie? They always change the Dinobot names. I think it's Slug, the Triceratops. So yeah, Slug, he is in this movie for like 30 seconds, maybe less, before he like gets cut off screen. The new assembly of Decepticons is questioning. Optimus Prime, Nemesis Prime was tough, and the way I love the way that he's like transformed back into Optimus, because when he hears Bumblebee's voice, for the first time, because you know, Bumblebee at this point, he probably hasn't had his voice for like hundreds, thousands of years maybe. But yeah, the final battle, if I'm correct, Megatron is like officially killed. Oh yeah, Megatron's back, no longer Galvatron. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like officially dead now. This was supposed to set up like a brand new like phase in the Michael Bay movies, but unfortunately it didn't. I think I would have wanted to see that maybe, but yeah. Next up is 2018's Bumblebee. Bumblebee was originally going to be the next movie in the Michael Bay movies, but no. I like it. I mean, I love the opening scene on Cybertron. I love the fact that they have live action versions of the G1 designs. Um, Especially Optimus, bro. Optimus was an absolute G in this. Even though he only had like maybe 5 minutes of screen time at most. But yeah. Okay, one thing I gotta complain about. They downsized them humongously. Um, it's like I'm pretty sure Optimus Prime is like 16 feet in this universe, buddy. In the Michael Bay movies, he was like over 30. Over 30. Yeah, so they downsized the Transformers humongously. But yeah, so the main villains of this are, gee, I don't even know. Okay, Bumblebee. Like, besides Optimus Prime, Bumblebee is like my favorite Transformer. Which it's kind of biased. I mean, I feel like every single Transformers fan, their favorite Transformer is Bumblebee. I mean, like, when you think of Transformers, you think of Optimus Prime, Megatron, and Bumblebee. But yeah, I also low-key kind of forgot who voiced him when he did have a voice. I think the girl who plays Charlie does amazing. But yeah, there's not really much to say in this movie. 7 out of 10 at best. Transformers, Rise of the Beast. We're introduced to Scourge. Scourge is like the main villain. I mean, obviously we have Unicron, but like he's like the main villain who they fight. We get the Maximals. Unfortunately, we don't get much of the Predacons. We don't get any Predacons. Is that what they're called? I think so. No. I forgot what the Decepticons versions are called. But yeah, the Maximals are awesome. Optimus Primal, Big Ape. Cheetor, he's amazing. Rhinox. Crap, what was the other one? Airazor. Okay, she doesn't really end up betraying them. She's like taken over. But yeah. This movie, Bumblebee dies, but he comes back, which I already know that must have been hecka traumatizing for Optimus, bro. Yeah, so yeah, this movie, I'm gonna give it like 5 out of 10. All right. And now we are introduced to absolute peak cinema. Transformers 1, starring Chris Hemsworth, Thor as Orion Pax, Brian Tyree Henry as D16, Scarlett Johansson as Elita 1, and Keegan-Michael Key as Bumblebee, or B-127, my fault. Absolute cinema, dude. This movie came out when I was in 7th grade. I begged my parents to let us go to the theaters, but it didn't. And then it didn't make much money, so it was like almost immediately put on Paramount Plus, which, thank you, Lord. I love this movie. If I could watch only one Transformers movie for the rest of my life, it would be this one. This is absolute peak, bro. But yeah, so this is about the origin story of Optimus Prime and Megatron. Young Optimus Prime is voiced by Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor in Marvel, Then Brian Tyree Henry, he plays D16. He plays D16, the young Megatron. Yeah. So this is about brothers, not actual brothers, like brothers in arms. This is about how brothers in arms become arch nemesises. Sentinel Prime. Bro, it's almost Sentinel Prime's fault, bro. First, he killed the original 13 Primes. Second, dude, this guy brought D16 to his absolute breaking point. Like the second they found out that Sentinel killed the Primes, dude, this guy wanted nothing but Sentinel Prime to be dead. You know what? I'm not even gonna call him a Prime, bro. I'm just calling him Sentinel. Yeah. So Sentinel, yeah, he was absolutely no. I think the way they betrayed him as a villain, I think was very good. I mean, that even surprised me. Like, I mean, yeah. Also, this dude is like greedy AF, bro. Like, all he wanted was the power of the Matrix. Okay, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm like speedrunning this now. This is already going for 26 minutes. But yeah, so they find out Alpha Trion, who was the only Prime who survived the slaughter, until Sentinel Prime kills him. He gives him the Transformers cog, so they can now transform. Because also, Sentinel Prime enslaved all of these guys and like took away their Transformers cogs, so they can't transform. But at the end of the movie, Sentinel Prime is killed. D16 becomes Megatron. Orion Pax becomes Optimus Prime. Then we get their first ever battle, which absolute peak. At the end of the movie, Megatron and the Decepticons are banished from, well, the High Guard. They are banished from Iacon. Optimus becomes the leader, and he renames everyone the Autobots. Now, the post-credit scene, we see Megatron in Kaon. I'm pretty sure it's Kaon, which is like the other, like it's like the other city, the main city, and on Cybertron. So they're either in Kaon or the underground. And he names the High Guard the Decepticons. This movie is an absolute 10 out of 10. No, 100 out of 10. 1,000. 1 billion out of 10. I love this movie. Yeah, so anyways, have a great day. I'll see y'all boys later. And remember, there's truly more to you than meets the eye. That was so stupid.